Alright, PayDay 3 has been in early access for 3 days now. At least if you purchased one of the 2 editions. And while playing I have stumbled across certain features that weren't clear or even explained at all and needed some trial and error to figure out. With the upcoming official release in about 10 to 11 hours, I decided to compile a small list of tips and tricks that you might want to know before stumbling into the game. Most of these tips and tricks are also frequently asked questions in the subreddit or on the Steam forums. That's why I've decided to specifically answer these questions and explain them a bit more, so the confusion gets a bit reduced. Once again, a lot is not really well explained inside of the game. I hope we will see a day 1 patch or something similar that will address some of these issues, but feel free to leave any questions down in the comments if there's anything that you might want to know. But as usual, let's skip the rambling and get right onto the point with tip number 1. Okay, tip number 1. No randomized seed on level restart. In PayDay 2, once you restarted a heist, everything got shuffled. Objectives, guard patrols, keycards, camera placement, whatever. For some reason, that feature is absent in PayDay 3. Instead, everything stays exactly the same. Camera, QR code phones, civilian and guard placement, and any codes or keypads or other objectives. As you can see in this example on Dirty Eyes, we check the computer and it says the code for the keypad is on the whiteboard, the staff room, right here. So we're gonna go and check the whiteboard. Second, and we will write down the code on the whiteboard. In this case it's 8823. Now we will restart and take a different route, one of the keypad doors, and the code we have just checked for will still work on the door, as you will see in a second. Obviously you can trivialize plenty of stealth heists by doing this. Simply rush the objective where the code can be seen, write it down, restart the level and do your proper stealth attempt, as you can see right here. Let's move on to number 2. Tip number 2. The game splits the map in public, private and secure areas. In public areas, obviously you can walk around as much as you want. Suspicious actions will still alert guards and employees. In private areas, your presence will alert any guard or employee. A guard that has spotted you will walk up to you, don't panic, request that you follow him and he's gonna escort you back into public space. Don't leave the circle as it might agitate the guard and then he will handcuff you. As you can see, this makes it quite easy to snatch any keycard from a guard that has tried to escort you out of the area. A private area is a bit of a different story. As usual, any employee will get alerted to your presence, any guard as well. However, in a secure area, the guard will run up to you and try to handcuff you. After handcuffing you, he will alert all the other guards and everyone will enter a search mode. In this mode, all the guards will randomly patrol the entire secure area of the map until they find anything else. This also includes small bathrooms and other tiny rooms that are usually a good hiding spot for bodies or something else. In solo, a bot can be called to help you, but most likely this is gonna happen. There's also a skill in which you can freely uncuff yourself, however the search mode is permanent. Let's move to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is a short one. Any bags you carry on your back will count as secured loot if you escape a heist. This also includes any bag on you, your friends, or a bot. And yes, bots can carry your bags. Simply throw a bag at close range, a bot, and he will start to carry the bag around, as you can see. And in this example, you will see each bot had a bag. I had one on my back, and I'd still count it as fully looted. Let's move on to number 4. Alright, melee is kinda useless in this game. In PayDay 2 we had funny, crazy and ridiculous melee weapons to mess around with. However, they all got removed in Payday 3 and we only got this puny weapon bash, and unfortunately it's pretty much useless. I've tried to kill anyone with it, as you can see. I do get hit markers, but the guard doesn't die. No, he just got shot by my bots. And yeah, I'm not sure. There's so far only one use I've discovered with this melee bash, and it's that you can stagger the person you are hitting. It's a good defensive tool if you're in a need to reload, but you can't even stagger a guard or police officer multiple times because they get immunity to another stagger attempt for a few seconds. And sometimes it doesn't even stagger them at all, as you can see here. Almost feels like there's a global immunity to being staggered that's going on here, as you can tell. So yeah, melee is useless. I'm just as disappointed as you are. Anyway, let's move on to number 5. Tip number 5. Cancelling a reload doesn't reset the entire animation. Does the sentence make any sense? Anyways, if you are mid-reload and decide to sprint or bash someone, which would cancel your reload, it won't reset the entire reload animation. Pay attention to the AK. Once the mag is detached and I interrupt the animation, the second I try to reload again, my character only needs to insert the new magazine, since the empty one was already removed prior to me interrupting the reload. This works on any weapon and might be useful in some situations. Regardless, I also think this kind of detail is amazing to see. Okay, special units. We all love or hate the Cloaker. He must be on some drugs, but I can assure you it's not acid. Because as you will see shortly, yeah, I know this joke is bad. As you will see shortly, he is standing on my armor bag and pouring some kind of acid onto it, trying to break it. That's pretty much it about the Cloaker. And now we're gonna take a look at the Grenadier, or as he is called in-game, the Nader. As a little fun note, the Grenadier won't throw his gas grenade if you are in close proximity to a civilian. Now, shoot his grenade belt, just like we have seen, and he will blow up, staggering anyone in his proximity, including yourself. Next one is a taser. He's quite simple. He has a big battery on his left leg, and if you shoot the battery, you will shock anyone in his close proximity. Once again, including yourself, as you can see. It doesn't seem to deal any damage. Overkill weapons. The grenade launcher is the first one you unlock. Comes with 12 shots in total. The grenades either explode on impact if they hit an enemy directly, or after a brief delay if they don't hit an enemy directly. It's also a really good weapon to accidentally kill all of your hostages. And keep in mind, if you are too close to the explosion, you will damage and down yourself. Other players are immune to it, and also keep in mind that the grenades can lead to a chain reaction of fire extinguishers or barrels exploding. It's quite a strong one. Next up, the Red Fox anti-material rifle. It has a built-in HUD monitor or wall hack, call it however you want to. It can pierce multiple enemies, and you've guessed it right, it can shoot through walls, as you can see here. It's also a decent weapon to take out bulldozers. You can also easily fire it by hipfire, but I prefer the grenade launcher due to the quad control. However, it's still a fun weapon to play around with. And that's it. I hope these 7 small tips and tricks will help you while playing the game. I'd love to hear your feedback down in the comments, and also let me know if these tips included things you didn't know before. Anyways, Keep those helmets flying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
There's a guard.
Who's messing around? What's going on here? God damn it!